All right, here we go. Another little sassy episode for you. Today, we're talking all about the influencers we hate because we all have them. And I know hate is a strong word and okay, maybe it's a dislike, but you know what I'm talking about. Every single industry has that person that when we see their name, our blood starts to boil, we get frustrated, we get mad, we start getting pissed off about it, But the thing about it is that we all have that person, okay? And I can tell you that I used to let this rep me up for days, right? My MO used to be to just immediately jump on the defense, okay? But the reality is that it doesn't really gain you anything. There is absolutely 0 point in getting on the defense, right? We all have that. We all know somebody who doesn't offer the service that we offer, doesn't stand in the integrity that we stand in, charges more than we charge. They're not delivering on their promises. I mean, I have one person that immediately pops in my head. Her program is ridiculously expensive. I mean, she makes people sign an NDA that basically says you will never even admit that if they catch you saying anything negative about the program, they can sue you, regardless of the fact that she literally steals money from people, because I think less than 1% of people actually gain from her program. But she knows that because she actually put a legal agreement in place. But again, this is what I'm saying. I could go on and on about how awful it is, and I could call her out and I could go, but the reality is it doesn't matter. What does that gain me? Am I talking about how much better I am? Am I actually sharing with my audience, my ideal client, why or what I can do for them? No, it doesn't. All it makes me do is look bad, right? Look petty. Why isn't she focusing on herself? And that is the whole point of this podcast today, is we all have them. Okay. Shut off the noise, block their name, do whatever you have to do, but get away from it. But the other thing is use it to your advantage sometimes, okay? If you see it, that's great content. Again, it's not content that bashes, it's content that fuels your program, right? It allows you to talk about the transformation you do give. It allows to talk about the integrity you have. It allows you to talk about how you really, really help somebody, okay? But going on and on about somebody else, all that does is draw the attention to them, right? It doesn't make you look any better. I know it's tough. Trust me when I tell you, I know it's tough. Look at the way I started this podcast. I was I could keep going on and on about it. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, some of this stuff. And again, the first couple of years of my business, I was so constantly just wanting to bash these people and be their program sucks. They're not going to get you the results. I can do this. But guess what? It doesn't gain you anything. The other thing is that if somebody is drawn to that style of influencer and that style of marketing, they're probably not your ideal client anyways. Do you really want that client that is looking for those quick wins or those easy promises or that falls for that bro marketing? You don't want that. Are they your ideal client? No. Are you going to work well together? Probably not, right? You need to just stand in your own integrity, stand in your own authenticity, and just focus on yourself. Put content out there that draws the people to you that you want to work with, right? Don't be getting into this, because all it does is distract you. It wastes your time. So in all the time you spend worrying about them and looking into their programs and wasting time researching what they're doing and trying to duplicate their programs, all you're doing is fueling their fire, because all the while they're still promoting. They're still out there actively getting clients. They're still out there doing all the things while you're sitting over here on the behind the scenes trying to figure out what the hell they're doing and how you can duplicate it or do it better. Screw that. Just fucking do what you've got to do. Stop with this bullshit of trying to figure out and copy what everybody else is doing. Every single industry has that person. Every single one of us has somebody that just makes our blood boil, but it doesn't make us any better. Right? It doesn't, by going on and on about it, it's just a time waster. It's a time waster. It's an energy suck. It can completely derail you from what you know you're good at. It can have you second guessing yourself. It can imply imposter syndrome and starts with a comparison. It just sends you down a rabbit hole that is negative and not beneficial. So stop. Okay. We all have that person. So what do you do instead? Focus on yourself. Focus on your content, focus on the people that you know you can serve, focus on those that you want to help, focus on and give to those people. Really, really give and just go all in with those people and let them see it for themselves. Your actions will speak way louder than your words, right? Anything like that. And, I'll be honest with you. I had a guy that I was following pretty closely, and he bashed this high-end influencer on a different platform. And I'll tell you what, I lost all my respect for him, because not only did he bash him, but he bashed him publicly. Like, he didn't even blurt out his name. Like, he bashed him publicly, and he went on and on. And guess what? What did it gain him? Did it make him look better? No, it made me, like, I literally lost all respect for him in that moment because of the way he did it. And so in his moment, he might have thought he was really like drawing attention to himself, but it was such negative attention that now I'm like, wow, dude, that was such a shitty thing to do. Like, I'm done. Like, now I look at his content and I don't even give it an ounce of respect, or I take all of it with a grain of salt, because I think to myself, why would you do that? And granted, I'm not saying that I haven't been wrapped up in what other influencers are doing. And I'm not saying that I haven't had private conversations with people about certain other, programs out there. I have, but they're done privately, or they're done in a way that, like, out of respect, to say like, hey, here's some things I've heard, here's some things you should be aware of. But, to just do that, like, again, don't lose respect from your ideal clients or like your respected colleagues because of that. Like, don't get into this pettiness. This is not high school. We are not in college. We've been there, done that. The online space is petty enough in a lot of ways, and the world is petty enough in so many ways. Like, let's just focus on lifting each other up. Lift each other up, dive in. And if you can't lift up somebody else because they make your blood boil, then just ignore them. Walk away from it. Get it out of your sight. Turn off the noise and just really, really focus on your strengths, your programs, your ideal clients, and how you help, right? That is what is going to grow your business, not freaking worrying about what every other Joe Blow influencer is doing. All right. I'll talk to you soon.